Hi, welcome to another episode of Just a Thought. You know, life happens, and life happens, and there are things that we go through, that make us wonder why people do that. Why would people say that? Are they having a bad day? Are they going through something, they had a bad moment, whatever the case may be, but then they don't realize who they're doing, the person they're doing this to or saying this to is having one of those days too. So, and that's why I always, rely on Ephesians 4:29, which says, don't let no unwholesome talk come from your mouth, which means don't talk down to somebody, because they might be having a bad day, words, if there are words, you need words of encouragement to edify, to lift them up, and I know I had that moment, I had that day, last week, and I've seen people go through it, a lot, because it's not worth the time, just to tear anybody down. We see it enough in our own backyard, on TV, and just like in our government, in our administration, it's in here, and it's like it's sad. I mean, it's like it's not. Why even go? Why be so divided? Why judge people? Why criticize people? Why talk down to people? It's really heartbreaking, and we need leadership. We need somebody, we need people, we need each other to lift people up, to lift each other up, to lift, just to encourage each other, just come together in unity, community. It's prevalent, we're in a new year, we have a new attitude, new perspective, new joy, new profound joy, and we want to advance each other on, just to uplift each other, it's not worth the time, and I know, because it bears repeating, and sometimes it could be, there's words can even come from those we love, and it hurts. I mean, it's like you don't know who they are, what story what they're going through, and judging people, you don't know, don't judge, just like, don't judge unless you be judged, and that's the thing, judging, criticizing, talking down, disparaging, just, Ephesians 4:29 in Matthew chapter 7, right from the start. Just read the whole chapter of Matthew, and it just talks about the golden rule, and that's pretty much the thing, it's something we need to look upon, we, just really, really focus on that, and if you're here, you could be anywhere else, but you're here watching this video, and if you missed other videos, just go to my YouTube page, click like, subscribe, share, and comment. I would love to hear from you. We'll hear your comments or any questions, I'd love to hear from you, what you have to say, and I certainly appreciate your time, and you guys love each other, take care of each other.